Hey there, Cancer. Sorry I hesitated there for a second. So this week, I'm making sure to tell people what deck I'm using because everybody always asks. This deck is called Arcana, and it's a really cool deck by Dead on Paper. And you can either just go to deadonpaper.com, I believe it is, or if you check my About here on YouTube, I am going to be listing all the decks with links to all the websites. And by full disclosure, I don't earn any money from the decks that you buy through those people, but a lot of the artists that I use make really awesome decks, and I'm more than happy to support them. So if you want one of these decks, you can just check out their website if they are still available. A lot of these are like limited edition decks that kind of sell quickly, but that's where I get them. So that's that. This week's a really cool week for you, Cancer. It does seem to be work-focused, I will say that. It does seem to be that you are really focusing on work this week, or business, or your job, or getting a job even. You have the Five of Diamonds coming up first, which is a really great card. It's a card that suggests that you have a lot of ideas. You could be even birthing these ideas. And I will say that these ideas don't necessarily have to do with money either. Five of Diamonds can be ideas about anything in a lot of ways, like how to even start a relationship, if you have an idea how to start a relationship with somebody, or how to become more spiritual, or just like ideas on how to move, or things like that. This card's all about every idea you could possibly have, but it does say that you need to take advantage of those ideas. Like, now is the time to act with this card. The Five of Diamonds is right now. This card gives you that big kind of like push energy. It's a birth card. It's all about birthing things and not babies, but birthing your ideas. So it literally gives you that push forward. So any ideas that you have or have had, you've been thinking about starting, taking advantage of, do it this week, because you really have the opportunity to move forward here. And next, you have the Eight of Diamonds. Really furthers that Five of Diamonds message. Eight of Diamonds is all about working really hard, getting what you want, working really hard at work. So again, I really think it's going to be a major work week for you, Cancer. That's just what's coming up. It seems like a lot of you are really going to be pushing it. And the good news is that you'll be enjoying it and you'll be rewarded for it. Eight of Diamonds directly rewards hard work. The harder you work at something with this card, the more you're going to receive. It's that kind of give and take energy, and the same with that Five of Diamonds in a lot of ways. Although it's a little confusing, but the Five of Diamonds is a little bit more about creation. Eight of Diamonds is more how do I say this? It's more like earthly, in that it's more about just doing the work, which is a very earthly thing. It's not about just creating things in your head. It's about actually doing it with the Eight of Diamonds. So that's where that comes in. But anything you want to, it's not a card that says you have to work hard, but it's saying like this week, if you want to make extra money and things like that, that's all on the table if you work extra hard and do extra work for those things. Next, you have a really great card as well, Six of Spades. It's one of the really, truly only non-challenging Spades cards in the deck that doesn't come with like an extreme challenge. Eight of Spades is all about building momentum. I think Cancer can finally see how their life is getting, like, just by like bit by bit, getting better. And even if you are sitting here saying, no, my life hasn't gotten better at all, I guarantee if you look at 2014 and then compare it to 2015, you can find little tiny things at the very least that have gotten better, in your life, have been moving forward. And this is all about that momentum. So, I expect when this card shows up that for the next several years, you'll really be building momentum in a lot of ways and kind of like moving forward in a lot of ways. And finally, you have the Ace of Clubs, which is my favorite card in the deck, really. It's a card of growth, and it really, again, you have a nice week this week because it's like each card kind of complements the next. It's a message that makes sense. Sometimes these cards, they come out and the messages are kind of like all over the place. This week they really kind of play into each other. But this can be a windfall of money, but it can also just be growth. It can even be love coming in, new love coming into your life. It can be a lot of things, and that's why it's a great card, because it really brings abundance, not just in money. It brings in abundance in everything, and sometimes not even money. Sometimes there's just other things. So it's a card that just brings in a lot of abundance, makes you really happy, and all of that. But know that it grows. It seems like for Cancer, things again are kind of like growing, if that makes sense, and they're just coming in bits and chunks and pieces, and that's kind of how it's going to go. But life should be getting better for you. So thank you for watching, Cancer, and enjoy your week.